So I'm just gonna roll out my blanket too to get it a little softer, because we're gonna be on the floor for a while to start. Like I said, it's kind of bringing in some gentle movements after this heat, not really trying to exert ourselves too much, but some gentle flow to move. So if you want to sit or if you want to lie down in reclined butterfly, either one. Let's just allow our breath to be here with us. And allow us to be with the breath. So not feeling separate, like we are separate from the breath or that the breath is separate from us, but rather feeling that we are one. One with the breath. Oh, yay. So whether you're seated or whether you're on the back, just saying, let's bring ourselves into the breath and the breath into us, and not seeing them as separate. Seeing ourselves as one with our breath. So if you're on your back in reclined butterfly, maybe feeling the rise and fall of the chest or the belly, placing a hand on the stomach and the heart. And just seeing how the body moves with the breath. That we are not separate from our breath. The soles of the feet together, feel those toes, the heels, and the ball of the foot. Feel those knees open towards the side, the outside of the knee, towards the floor, the inside of the knee, kind of towards the sky. Noticing that the hips are open. And maybe there's that little curve in the low back where it's not on the ground, but the shoulder blades are nestled on the floor. In the back of the head, and we'll feel that breath in and out. The water element resides between the hips and that pelvic region. So let's envision maybe just like a bowl of water down there in that pelvic bowl. And it's here to cool us from this heat. So maybe feel as though you were just floating on water, maybe just kind of bobbing up and down or rocking side to side. And it's cooling our system. Physically, emotionally, and just bringing us into balance. Let's give ourselves another breath in. And then let's exhale, bring the right foot to the floor and extend the right leg long. So the right leg is long, that left foot is off to the side. So this is our reclined tree. And then exhale, drop into the sits bones now. They're kind of in a different orientation. The hips are in a different orientation as that right leg is straight. And now allow yourself to perhaps feel that sturdiness of a tree resting upon the earth. And with every breath, the back of the body drops into the earth, and the earth is cooling for the body. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest and the belly as we breathe. We can remind ourselves there's nowhere we need to go and nothing we need to do. And we're right where we're supposed to be right now. And now let's exhale, bring the left foot to the ground. So the left knee is to the sky. The right leg is still nice and long. And now let's hug the left knee into the chest. Right leg stays long. The left knee hugs in. And just let those hands rest on the shin. And the weight of the hands just draws that knee into the chest. Let the shoulder blades come to the earth. And maybe that knee kind of drops up to the side. That's okay. We're just drawing the knee towards the chest. Right leg is long. Just cooling and settling here. Exhale. Breathing in and out. And now on your next exhale, keep that left knee drawn in. And then exhale and draw the right knee into the chest. Maybe each hand is on the respective leg, on that shin. So both knees are drawn in right now. And we'll exhale, the back is now flat and we drop into the floor. You can add a gentle rock if you want. Imagining like on that water, kind of bobbing around, or you can find stillness. Let the feet be resting, just kind of no effort in the feet. Let the hands keep those knees drawn into the chest. Let's inhale. And let's exhale, send the left leg long this time. And now only the right knee is drawn into the chest. The left leg is long. Just kind of rewinding here and coming into these same movements and shapes on the other side of the body. Left leg is long. Exhale, let the breath bring us deeper into this moment, more present with every breath. And then on your next exhale, bring that right foot to the ground and let the right knee fall out to the side, a reclined tree. Left leg long, right knee out to the side, right foot on the inside of that left leg. Maybe the hands are in cactus arms, or maybe you have one on your stomach and one on your heart. Let's drop into this, guys. This fallen tree. Imagine this tree having fallen on the forest floor. The earth is cold and cooling on the back. And above the head is the shade from other treetops. And we feel cool and peaceful. And now let's exhale. Bring that right foot to the ground, the right knee to the sky. Now bring the left foot to the ground so both knees face the sky now. Let's hug the knees to the chest, but then come into happy baby. So maybe the hands are on the outside of the foot. Maybe the peace finger is behind the big toe. And we'll exhale. Bring those knees kind of towards those armpits. Maybe you sigh and add a gentle rock. Maybe you're still as you can be. That water element between those hips. Maybe a little ripple effect. And with each ripple, the body cools just a little more and more. Oh, maybe sigh and let it go. Now from here, let's gently let go of the foot. Bring those legs nice and long to the floor. Let's pause in Shavasana. In our Yin Yoga, we would call this a rebound. Let's allow ourselves to rest on the ground, neutral on the floor. Allow the energy to flow through our neutral extremities. There's no bend, they're straight. Exhale. Now, as you're ready, let's bring the right foot to the ground. That's only just there so we can log roll over to the left side of the body. So let that right foot kind of push us over to the left and bring the left arm underneath the ear. Coming into our sleeping Vishnu pose. So the left leg is long. Maybe the left leg is kind of out at an angle at the hip so we can have a little bit of stability so we don't feel like we're gonna like roll over onto the front or the back of the body. And then let the right leg be long. So the right leg is kind of straight up from the hip. The left leg is at an angle. And then let's just bring the right leg to sky and then turn the foot so the sole of the foot is parallel with the ground and the big toes face the same direction as the crown of the head. So the inside of the foot isn't parallel with the floor, but rather it's parallel kind of with the wall in front of your heart, if that makes sense. So we flex the foot, and then let's just lower that heel down to the ground as if moving through peanut butter. And then when you feel a lot of resistance in that hip flexor, just bring the foot back to the sky. And then we'll exhale, bring that heel down, pushing through the air with that heel. And then we'll draw it right back up to the sky. And now pause, and let's let the inside of that foot, the big toe side of the foot, come through towards the ground in front of us, in front of the heart. So coming in front of the body with control, lower the front of the leg down and then bring it up to sky. And then one more time, inside of the foot, the leg coming towards the ground in front of us, and then we'll bring it up to the sky. Let's pause towards the sky. Nice job, guys. And now lower that right foot down to meet the left foot. So both feet are at an angle in front of the body. And then we're gonna pause and let that outer hip and that inner thigh rest. Let's bend the knees so the knees are kind of in line with the hip and the feet are stacked. And now let's exhale and just kind of bring that right shoulder towards the earth. It doesn't have to come to the earth, but now we find ourselves in a gentle twist. The right hand on the side of the body, maybe it's out like a T. Just kind of dropping the right shoulder towards the floor into a twist. Let's relax our legs as best as we can. And exhale. Breathe in. And now let's bring both hands to the ground to support us as we kind of roll onto the back. You can bring the right foot to the ground and then the left foot, the back to the ground. So the knees are to the sky. And let's hug our knees into our chest, our Apanasana. Massaging that low back. And then send the right leg long. And the left foot comes to the ground. And then we're gonna log roll over onto the right side. So rolling over to the right arm is now a pillow for the right ear. And now send the right leg out at an angle and the left leg long. So the hips are stacked, but the right foot is at an angle, right leg's at an angle, the left leg is long. So there's a line from the shoulder towards that ankle. And now let's lift that left leg to the sky and then turn the foot so the big toe edge is facing the same direction as the heart. And then when you're ready, press that heel through the air as if moving through peanut butter or honey. And then draw the foot back up to the sky. The left hand is in front of the heart to give us some support. And then lower the heel down one more time. And then lift it to sky. The core supports us here. Yeah, really nice job, guys. And now with that foot in that same spot, lower it down in front of us. In line with the hip, and then draw that pinky edge up through the air. Nice job. Last time, the second time, bring that big toe towards the earth. And now lift that foot to the sky. Let's bend the right leg and then bend the left and then stack that left knee on top of the right knee. Maybe the knees are in line with the hip, the ankles are stacked. And now here, gently kind of roll onto the right shoulder blade so the heart might shine towards the sky. You can shift the shoulders so the left shoulder comes towards the floor, the arms out like a T maybe. So now we find ourselves in that little twist. Hips off to the side. Exhale. That water element between the pelvis, cooling us with every breath, with each little ripple. And now let's exhale, roll onto the back. You can bring the feet to the floor. And once those feet get to the floor, let the back come flat, hug knees into the chest once again. Exhale, sigh. Nice, guys. Now let's bring feet to the floor to set up for our bridge pose, allowing this water element to just kind of flow under the bridge. Imagining a bridge and then become that bridge as you plant the feet. And on an exhale, drive those glutes up through the hips, lifting the hips to the sky. Let's shimmy the shoulder blades underneath the chest. And just imagine the cooling water is flowing below. This is cooling. Another breath in. Let's exhale, lower down the hips. And maybe we draw the knees to the chest and then send the legs long to the sky, feet parallel with the ceiling. Letting that blood flow down the backs of the legs. Resting in the pelvic bowl. Adding to that ripple, cooling our system. And now let's exhale, bend the knees and bring those feet to the floor again. Get them in your bridge pose position. And then as you're ready, press the feet down and press those glutes up and through the hips and lift the hips to the sky. You can shimmy those shoulders underneath the heart if you want. Breathe in and out. And then let's exhale, lower down the back, lower down those hips, hug knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, send legs to the sky. Kind of like this waterfall flowing down the backs of the legs. There's nowhere you need to go and nothing you need to do except just be this waterfall. We're going to be here for a couple rounds of breath, and let's draw the breath into a 4 count. So let's inhale up to 4. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe the feet come further apart. This time we'll inhale for 1. Nice, guys. 3, 4. Let's exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bend the knees, find our happy baby again. Maybe the fingers on the big toes or the outside of the foot. And maybe notice it might feel a little different now. Maybe we're a little looser in the backs of those legs. Maybe looser in the mind, letting go. And we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's release those hands. We'll come into that rebound, as we would say in Yin Yoga. This is our savasana just for a few breaths. Exhale. Imagine you're on that floaty on the water. Feel yourself supported and buoyant in spirit and mind. Cooling and resting. Let's give ourselves one more breath in. And then we'll exhale, let that breath go. And then when you're ready, gently roll over on the one side and then come standing into mountain pose. Move nice and slow, guys. We've been on our backs for a while. We don't want to rush up to standing. Just move as if you're moving through that water. Take your time to get there. Give yourself space to get there. Nice job, guys. Really good. Snap, crackle, pop for me over here. After all that little movement, those gentle movements really support us in getting that synovial fluid. That's that fluid on the joints. Helps it get moving. So if you're like me, you might have a little bit of crackling. Maybe you don't at all. Just depends on how your body's made. Let's stand together, guys. Ground into the feet, bring hands to the heart space. Maybe your hands are at the side with palms shining forward. Give yourself that freedom and that agency to do what's best for you and your energy today, okay? As always. Let's drop into loving kindness. Let's inhale, reach arms above the head. Maybe glance up at the sky, open the palms up as if you're catching those raindrops in your palms. Maybe stick out the tongue, catch a raindrop on your tongue, and then exhale, fold it forward to our forward fold. From here, maybe add a gentle sway. Maybe we grab opposite elbows and we sway those elbows towards the right and then towards the left. And maybe towards the right, and to the left. And then with those elbows still grasped with either hand, let's roll up to standing one vertebra at a time. As if you're getting up or standing like on that stand-up paddleboard or something that's wobbly. We're gonna really feel ourselves grounded and stable. As we rise up, let's release those arms, bring them out to the side like a T this time, and then bring the left arm forward. The left arm comes, the right arm to the side, and then reach the right arm back. So our arms are reaching in opposite directions. Let's reach the right fingertips back and the left fingertips forward. And notice that kind of stretch across the chest as we reach those shoulders in opposite directions. And now let's bring the right arm forward and left arm back. And then reach in opposite directions. Exhale and ground. And now let's bring our hands to the side. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Let those shoulder blades glide down the back. Good. Ground the right foot. And now let's step the left foot back. And then ground the left foot. And then as you're ready, lower that left knee down. And then bring hands towards the thigh. Rest those hands on the thigh. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. And then let's hinge forward. Let the heart hover over the thigh. And then once you get that heart hovered, let's find our balance with our arms reaching outward like airplane arms. Breathe in. Let's exhale, bring the left hand down to a block or to the floor on the inside of the right foot and reach the right arm up to sky. So here's our revolved side ankle pose. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring the right hand down, bring it to the block or the inside of that right foot. And then let's bring the right foot out to the side of the mat, drop the knee open and come onto that pinky edge of the foot. So now, edge of the foot to the floor, the knee out. You can keep your hands on the block. Maybe you lower down onto your forearms. Just find your expression of lizard pose today. Kind of targeting the hips today to tap into that water element between the pelvis. Breathe in and out. And now let's exhale, bring the foot to the floor. Bring those hips back. And then with your support on that block, so maybe the right hand stays on the block, let's lift the chest I'm gonna bring my block nice and tall, and then bring that left heel towards the glute maybe. If you want, maybe you find the foot with the hand. You don't have to. You can let that foot be willy-nilly and the hand support on the block. This is gonna open up that left hip flexor, stretch open that left thigh a little. Let's breathe in together. And then lower that foot with control. Now let's send the hips back, straighten that right leg, releasing some heat that we just built up, and fold forward, cascading, water falling over the right leg into our Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe finding some gratitude for the blocks that support us in our practice. Some gratitude for a mat to practice on, for friends to practice with. And let's exhale, filling our space with loving kindness. Breathe in. And now let's exhale just to lift the heart. Keep that leg straight. Now bring the right leg into a little bit of a bend. Bring the foot to the floor. Now pivot the left foot behind off to the long edge. And then straighten that right leg, come onto the foot. So now we're gonna set up for that gate pose. And I'm gonna turn around in a moment. But lift those hips forward, shoulders up, back, and down. Right leg is out, left knee underneath that hip. For Pranayama. Good. Then let's bring the right hand towards the right leg and reach the left arm up to sky. Releasing some heat on the left side of the body. The spleen side of the body, that spleen holds a lot of heat. It's ruled by the fire element. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, bring that left hand towards the ground or to a block. And then we'll inhale to reach the right arm up and overhead, releasing energy and heat from that liver side of the body, also ruled by the fire element. Breathe in and out. And let's exhale, bring the arms up overhead. Really nice job, guys. Maybe bring hands to the heart on an exhale. Let's stabilize the back and the stomach and the left side body and the right side body. And with control, bring that right knee in and underneath the right hip. So now we're in our high kneel. Breathe in. Let's exhale, bring our hands to the blocks in front of us maybe, and bring those knees nice and far apart, and then we'll sit back in child's pose. Sit those sits bones back. You can bring those hands forward, maybe onto a block or onto the earth, and find a child's pose. Exhale and inhale here. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Now one more breath. Let's exhale to look up at those hands, up at those blocks, and then walk the hands towards the knees. Make our way up into that high kneel. Knees underneath the hips, and then we'll come into our rewind. So send the left leg out to the side this time, and the right knee is underneath that right hip. We'll just reverse our order on the other side. So as you're ready, bring arms out like a T. Block or no block, out to the right. Fold over to the right, reach the left arm. Really great, guys, really nice. Left arm up and overhead. Maybe sigh into this shape as we send the hips forward and the shoulders back. Breathe in and out, releasing that spleen heat. And then we'll sweep the arm across the sky. Let that left hand drape on that left leg and right arm up and over. Breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. Inhale. And then we'll exhale, bring the left arm up over the shoulder, right arm as well. Let's exhale to bring the hands down, find those blocks. And now we're just gonna walk those blocks towards that left foot. Let the left leg be long. The right foot comes on, that top of the foot comes onto the floor. The right knee underneath that right hip. Get those blocks on either side of the left leg. And then when you're ready, Let's straighten that left leg and find our Ardha Hanumanasana on the left side. Breathing in and out. Letting the breath just trickle through your being, nourishing your being, sustaining that life that is you. Inhale. And now let's exhale to bend that left leg, the knee over the hip. Get the right knee in the spot that feels really nice. We'll lift the heart in the chest. And then once you're ready, bring that left foot out to the side. And then drop the left knee out. And then find your expression of lizard on this side of the body. So that left knee drops out, the pinky edge foot is on the ground. And maybe you're on your forearms, maybe you're on those blocks. I'm gonna keep my heart lifted today. And you can bring yourself into whatever position with the floor feels good for you. Let's breathe here, guys. Don't forget to breathe. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do except be right here in lizard. Let's inhale. And then exhale, let that foot come to the ground. You can bring the block on the outside of that left foot. Bring the right knee into wherever is going to help you feel stable as you lift up. And then once you lift up, let's send the hips back just for a moment and then replant that left foot. So we feel nice and stable. And then lower the right hand on the inside of the left foot and we'll reach up for our revolved side ankle. Nice, guys. And then exhale to bring the left hand down. So now we frame that foot again. Let's lift the heart, lift the chest, place those hands on top of the thigh, that left thigh. And then here we go, we'll bend that knee and bring that right heel towards the glute. It doesn't have to be too close, it can be just off the floor. We just give ourselves an opportunity to stretch the front of that leg. If you want, you can bring the right hand towards that foot. Let's be here 2 more breaths wherever you're at in your shape. One last breath. And then exhale, lower that foot with control. And let's straighten this front leg to release a little bit of that heat coming into our Ardha Hanumanasana. Releasing heat. Breathe in and out. Inhale. And now let's exhale, bend that foot. And let's step it forward into mountain pose. Right foot meets the left. Shimmy and shake on your way up if you need to. Sway the hips. Move those knees around. Bobble on the feet. And then we'll rise up to mountain pose. Really nice job, guys. I can just feel the awareness through the internet, through the waves, whatever you want to call it. Really nice job, guys. Let's inhale to bring our arms out to the side like a T, palms up to catch the reins and the head back. Stick the tongue out. Catch your raindrop on your tongue. And then inhale, sweep hands together, bring the gaze forward. Let's fold forward, cooling into Uttanasana. Grab opposite elbows, maybe we sway side to side. And now let's come into a little bit of stillness. And then once again, let's roll up to standing with a lot of awareness. With that presence, feel each vertebrae. Feel the side body. Just like that slinky that we used to play with. Some of us still play with it, but that slinking back up from that rounded to stacked. Giving that spine an opportunity to be noticed. And let's find mountain pose. Exhale. Let's bring hands to the heart. Ground the left foot. And now let's step the right foot back. Bring the heel down. Pivot the right foot towards the long edge. And then let's straighten that front left leg. So the left leg is straight. The right foot points towards the long edge. Now bring the hands down and out. And we'll come into our triangle pose. Let's send the left hand past that left foot. Let's hinge and release some heat from the right side. Nice job, guys. Inhale. And then just like a nice cascading waterfall, bring that right hand across the sky, bring it towards that right leg, reverse our triangle. Nice, left arm up. And glance up towards the left hand or down towards the right foot. Inhale. And now exhale, bring shoulders over the hips. Hands reach short edge to short edge. Pivot the left foot towards the long edge. Bring hands to your heart space. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe stick the tongue out. Lion's breath, exhale. That's releasing heat. Breathe in. Lion's mouth, exhale. And now the right foot towards the short edge. Left foot stays towards the long edge. Drop those hands down and then bring them out towards the short edges. Bring the right hand past the right foot. Let's hinge and find triangle on the right side. Left arm to sky, the right arm is, or the gaze is towards the right arm or the left. And now let's exhale, bring that left hand towards the left leg, right arm to sky. And now exhale, bring palms to reach for the short edges of the mat. Nice, guys. Bring the feet towards the long edge. And let's just step the feet together. And let's come to seated. Dropping into the sits bones into our seated position. Like a still mountain lake, finding a little bit of stillness and rest. Now before our shavasana and before our loving kindness meditation, I'm going to offer our Shitali pranayama. That's the snake hiss pranayama, that cooling pranayama. So it's really effective for cooling emotions, cooling the body on these hot days. Not advised if you have constipation, if you're having slow digestion, because the coolness of the breath will just cool and slow that. So just keep that in mind. And so if you have an issue like that going on, just breathe normally as we practice this Shitali pranayama. So you might remember it from last year or from previous classes, but that's when you either stack the teeth, the top and the bottom together, or you curl the tongue, and we inhale into the mouth, and then we close the mouth and we exhale through the nose. So it might look like this, and it sounds like a snake hissing, which is why it gets that name. So the teeth are stacked, and we can breathe through the mouth, and then close the mouth, and we exhale out the nose. That's one way. Or we can curl the tongue, and then we exhale out the nose, and we always close the mouth, because out the nose is going to release the heat, and you might feel it cooling as it passes by the inside of the cheeks, maybe. So let's just practice before we do 5, and then pause, and then 5 again. So either teeth together or tongue up. So just practice on your own. Practice that inhale past the teeth or the tongue. Close, and then exhale out the nose. And be mindful that you don't like tense up. Sometimes I'll do that. Be nice and relaxed in the chest and the shoulders. So if you feel like you've got it, let's drop into that seated pose, into that still mountain lake. Just find your natural breath. And I'll guide us through 5 inhales and exhales, and then we'll rest, and then we'll do it one more time. So teeth or tongue, get them ready. And then inhale through the mouth.
Close, exhale, nose. Inhale. Close, exhale. Inhale, mouth. Close, exhale, nose. Inhale. Close, exhale. Last one, inhale. Close, exhale, nose. And let it rest. Let's do another round together. Get your tongue or your teeth ready. And then we'll inhale. Close, exhale, nose. Inhale. Close, exhale. Inhale. Close, exhale. Inhale. Close, exhale. One more time. Close, exhale. And pause. And then on your own time, when you're ready, make your way onto your back for savasana. Allow yourself to be buoyant and free, relaxed and cooled. As if you were on that floaty on the water, just bobbing, rocking back and forth. A nice breeze on the cheeks and the forehead. Maybe tickling your nose a little and finding complete solace and tranquility in your shavasana. Maybe letting out a sigh. And then maybe letting out another sigh and feeling yourself dropping into this moment. Nice job. Anchoring into our own body. The breath and the body is one. Now let's visualize ourselves on our backs or whatever position and say to ourselves, may you be filled with loving kindness. Visualizing ourselves, say to yourself, visualizing yourself being that witness, may you be well. See yourself, may you be happy. May you be loved. And now visualizing someone that you love dearly. And just like you, they too want to be happy. Say to that person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be loved. Now visualize someone that you see in passing. Maybe it's the FedEx or the letter carrier that despite rain, sleet, or snow or raging heat waves, they're out there supporting the community. Say to that person who, just like you, wants to be happy, say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be loved. Now visualize someone who maybe you have had a falling out with, or someone who you would be really just fine not ever talking to again. Just like you, they want to be happy. Visualize them and say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be happy. And may you be loved. As you're ready, let's close together and seated. Let's exhale, inhale, exhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste.